Good morning. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. My name is Scott Spurlock. I can say that because I have a history. Was in the media back in the day. Anyway, this is a live video because that's become the easiest way for me to post things anymore, to do it live. So I don't expect anybody to be watching it right now, but I'll save it and play it back. And maybe you guys can check it out. This is my story about my dealings with Covert Ford in Austin, Texas. Buyer beware. Do yourself a favor and just avoid the place. I'll tell you partially how it started. We did a lot of research on the internet before we went out looking for our new car. Myself and my wife, baby Lynn, my beautiful wife, and we, after months of research and investigation and saving up money, we finally decided we'd go. Well, after sending a bunch of messages, we got down to text messaging with different dealerships. And Covert said they had well, in their ad on the internet, they said they had a new, brand new Ford Explorer for sale for $35,000. So we used that information and went to our bank and got approved for a $35,000 loan, specifically to go buy that vehicle from Covert. And needless to say, along the way to getting to the dealership to buy it, we received a text from the same guy we've been dealing with saying, oh, that one was sold, but they have other ones that they can show us when we get there. So we got there, and the only other one they had to show us was stripped down, brand new, well, 2022. Of course, this was in 2022. Ford Explorer, and it was black like we wanted. And I figured, for $35,000, we were going to get stripped down. It wasn't going to be anything fancy, but at least it was going to be new, and we could at least rely on a nice new vehicle for a while. Fix it up ourselves, whatever, that kind of thing. But after looking at that one and spending like 2 hours at the dealership, we got there at 6:30 p.m. So it was 8:30 p.m. We were not approved for the loan for the one that they showed us because it was more expensive than the $35,000 one that supposedly existed on the internet there. So I had already warned the wife about bait and switch, how they were going to tell us, anything to get us on the lot. And then once they got us on the lot, they try to sell us whatever piece of junk they had, because a lot of dealerships do that. Red McCombs did that to me in the past. And Red McCombs is gone now. I believe he's dead. Anyway, so Covert, big name, big whatever. I figured, man, maybe they won't screw us. But no, I was wrong. Anyway, long and short of that is we ended up that night at almost 10 o'clock getting approved for a 2018 Ford Explorer. Really nice, beautiful black interior and exterior. My wife wanted black. They kept showing us everything that wasn't black, and that's why we finally got to this 2018 Ford Explorer. Seemed really nice. We just barely got to test drive it because it was so late. So long and short, we bought it, got approved for almost $50,000 worth of a loan, making $800 a month car payments, which was more than we could afford, but it was nice. It looked really nice, and we thought it was going to be really nice. Cut to 6 months later, 6 months after we bought it. And actually, I don't even want to cut there yet. What I want to tell you about is the drive home, where the transmission was clunky. Seems when it's shifting at 45 miles per hour, it shifts up into whatever gear the next gear is, and it made a clunking noise and it kind of jerked a little bit. The wife kind of looked at me, and I kind of just said, I think we'll look into it. And that was on the drive home from buying it. And I even went as far as the next morning when we were supposed to go back over and get it detailed and do some other paperwork stuff. Uh, Sent my salesman guy a text saying, uh, I need to, how do I return this piece of shit? I hate it. I changed my mind. And then he replied with a, kind of what? And I said, I fooled you. I'm on my way to get it and or to bring it in for the detailing and blah blah blah. I'll see you in a little bit. So anyway, got it home. The whole time I'm driving it, I'm in the back of my mind. I'm going, "What's this little clunky noise? Why does it clunk every time it changes gears?" Well, not every time. It only did it. Well, actually, it pretty much did it every time at that 45 mile per hour. So I did some internet research again. Sometimes it's good research, sometimes it's bad. I guess this one was bad. It said that, don't worry about it. These new transmissions are computerized, and when you buy a used vehicle with the computerized transmission, it's used to the driving patterns of the previous owner, and it's going to take it a while to adjust to your driving patterns and how you drive it. It usually takes a while, or you can take it to the dealer and they'll wipe the computer memory and it'll start over again with you. But just go ahead and drive it for a while and it'll be fine. It'll adjust, much like this camera is adjusting and deciding to go out of focus all of a sudden. Oh, there I am. I'm back in focus. Anyway, so yeah, had some issues from the get-go, but I didn't worry about it because I read a bunch of crap on the internet. Anyway, it's 6 months later, and the transmission went out, essentially. And I had also purchased the 3-year bumper-to-bumper warranty that supposedly covers everything. The guy, the salesman, when he was tacking that onto because you pay extra for that, when he was tacking that onto to the price, he said, "Oh well, you'll love it because for the next 3 years, the only thing you're going to have to pay for is gas. You don't have to worry about any repairs or any putting oil in it or rotating the tires or any of that fun stuff. It's all covered by your 3-year bumper to bumper warranty." So that's 6 months later when the transmission's messing up or the whole vehicle's messing up. It wouldn't drive. It would just it's like it had bad gas or something because it wouldn't go very fast. It would just get up to a certain thing, and it's like the computer was shutting it down. I don't know if you've ever driven a vehicle with a limiter on it, but it was kind of like it had a limiter that wouldn't let it get over 30 miles an hour or 20 miles per hour or something. Anyway, that was why we couldn't drive it anymore. And that was why we called the Covert Ford Service Department, which was pretty quick. Within one phone call, I guess, I had it arranged to be towed in. I had to go meet the tow truck driver later on that day where it was sitting at my place of business where I work, sitting in the parking lot over there. So we met him, and it got towed in the same day. And they told me, I never went to the dealership about this yet. I've only dealt with them over the phone and through text messages. They said, don't worry about it. Somebody will be calling you to let you know that they got it, and they'll tell you what's wrong with it and how long it's going to take to get repaired. Tow truck driver said it seemed like it was just a loose motor mount and that wouldn't take no more than a day or two to get it fixed. So anyway, cut to a day or two later when I finally start to work. Well, actually, no, it was later that day when I was worrying about, do they even have it? And I called them and they said, no, we don't have it. And then they did a little research looking around the place, I guess. And they said, "Oh no, we've got it." And they gave me the name of my soon-to-be lifelong service representative. I think that's what they call them, service associate, service representative. And it's a person that you wind up talking to about your repairs at their service department or whatever's going on at their service department. So I got her name, and she was supposed to contact me and let me know what was going on. So I just let it go. 1 week later, I've got it all documented right here on my phone. 1 week later, she finally contacts me because it was April the 4th when we got it towed in, and I was supposed to just wait and she'll contact me and let me know what's going on. So then on April the 11th, I think that's my let me bring it up on my phone. It was April the 11th. Yeah. April the 11th was the first time she actually contacted me. And it was all through text messages right here on my phone. See the text messages? Anyhow, there's text messages here, and it's I've got a long history of it because it's up from April the 11th to current. It took her from the 4th to the 11th to contact us and let us know that they still didn't know what was wrong with it, and they were just getting around to looking at it. So, long and short, here it is. What is it today? The 20th? No. Today is the third or fourth. Where's my goddamn calendar at? Tell me what day it is. Oh, it's May the 3rd. 4 o'clock in the morning on May the 3rd, right? Right. Oh, so they still haven't. I mean, they contacted me. What was it? After the 11th, it was April the 11th. Here we go. April the 18th is when they sent me a thing saying that they retrieved P2701 for the transmission friction element B, apply time range performance direct clutch system fault. When this occurs, it defaults to 3 and 5 gears. This is going to require transmission going to need to be removed, torn down, fully inspected, overhauled, and removed, fully overhauled. Labor is MPI. However, parts will not be available until the full inspection is completed. This is from the technician. He will need to tear it down to verify that what will need to be replaced. Tear down will be $2,200. Are you willing to authorize this? Because I have to pay the $2,200 if the warranty doesn't cover whatever it was that needs replacing. $2,200. So I'm on the hook for that. Did my camera move? Doesn't matter. You're not looking at me anyway. So, yeah, here it is. A month later, I still don't have my vehicle, my really nice, pretty, but doesn't run Ford Explorer 2018. All the bells and whistles. It's only I think it's the XLT something another edition, limited edition XLT, blah, blah, blah. It's really nice. And we'd like to have it back. And we'd like to have it back without having to pay for all the repairs. But it's sounding like we'll have to pay for the repair. Well, I don't know. And the impression I get from my conversation, granted it's all through text messages, and I have every text right here on this freaking phone so I can prove what I'm saying is absolutely true. Uh, it seems to be, I mean, I just get this feeling that this is what they're thinking is buyer beware, buddy. You should have known not to do business with us. You should research your vehicles better before you purchase them. Do your homework before you buy something, especially when you buy it from somebody as as reputable as Covert Ford of Austin. I ain't saying that all the Covert dealers are like this, but I'm betting they are, because the apple don't fall far from the tree. So remember, buyer beware. All of my friends are laughing at me every time I talk to them about it. You got your car back yet? No, I still don't. I'm embarrassed because, yeah, I guess I was a chump. They saw me coming or whatever, and they got one over on me. Way to go, guys. Yeah, you did your job great. No, actually, you did your job terribly. You're showing that car dealerships are just exactly what people say about them, and yours is one of the worst. So screw you, Covert. I hope you get yours someday. I know I'm going to get mine when I get the bill from you guys for all the work that you're supposedly doing. You must be doing it one part at a time. Let's play with this today. Oh, well, it's actually lunchtime, so I better go to lunch. Well, we got to go home early today, so this guy won't care. We've had it for a month. What's another month, right? Anyway, peace out. Y'all have fun. And remember, that's an honest, true story of my dealings with this wonderful, stupid place. Makes me regret it. Maybe I'll get a Kia next time or something. Although I've read reviews about that crap too. I should have just stayed with my tote the note car dealership, Greg Chapman in Cedar Park, because the two times he sold me like 4 or 5 cars already, and the two ones that he sold me that weren't any good, one of them he bought back at his expense, and then sold me the next one that needed a new engine. And since it needed a new engine, and that made him look really bad, one that couldn't pass inspection because it had an emissions problem that could never be fixed, a BMW convertible that was really nice, but I couldn't drive it. It would never pass inspection. So then he gives me this Mitsubishi Eclipse to buy after he buys back the BMW from me, and probably ate a big chunk of change on that. And then he sells me the Mitsubishi, and it needs a new engine. But I had bought a warranty with him, and the warranty covered $2,000 for the price of the $4,000 engine. So Mr. Chapman paid the other half out of his pocket. So, yeah, I'd have done better to work with Greg Chapman again than to go to the idiots at Covert. See ya. All true stories.